Hey guys, Kevin Cleary here with a quick knife video for you. This is just going to be a first impressions on this new knife from CJRB. This is the Pyrite. Now, this is a little smaller than I usually go in for. However, I really found the design here compelling. I like the clean look. I like the button lock. There are a couple of other versions of this with some different colored handles. I like those as well. When I got this from Justin over at White Mountain Knives, where you can go as well, he still had some in stock, I will say, and you could save yourself 10% off by using my discount code, Sharp Stuff. Anyway, when I saw that he had some, I went ahead and picked one up, even though it is on the smaller side for me. So 7 3/8 overall is the size of this knife. 3 1/8 on the blade. So, you guys who have been around for a while, I prefer 3.5 inches or more. 4 1/4 inches closed. So fairly little, small, compact knife here. 3 1/4 inches of grip area. I can get 4 fingers on there, but you can see it's not easy to do. In hand, it's still pretty comfortable. I could sort of choke up here, but not exactly. It's like a half choil, maybe is what I would call this. Really, it's more of a sharpening choil, and I would recommend it more for that purpose than for actually choking up. The button lock is really enjoyable. This is a very fidgety knife, and one that, I find myself, especially if I'm around the house or if I'm, kind of absentmindedly reading a book or thinking about, working on some notes or whatever, I find myself fidgeting with this knife because it's really nice that way. The weight on this is 3.8 ounces, which is not that bad at all. And the only other thing I would say by way of first impression is I don't know if I'd have a lot of confidence if I was, wet or sweaty. This is a pretty smooth knife. By the way, you can spidey flick this, kind of tuck your finger in there behind the thumb stud and deploy it that way. Or you can deploy with the button lock, which works really well. Either way, really attractive design here, well put together, another very compelling knife from CJRB. I could sort of see why they didn't do a larger size. If this knife was 3.5 inch blade, it would pretty much compete directly with the Feldspar and the Scalia, both of which I love, by the way. And I would probably be saying the same thing. I would love this too if it was a little larger. But then, it would be very close to some of those other models, and maybe they just felt like that wasn't necessary. So having this slightly smaller offering, although it's not something that I'm going to carry on a regular basis, it is really nice, and I actually do like this. And as I say, I've been carrying it around the house. When I go to leave the house, I will leave this behind in favor of something a little bit larger, but not too shabby at all. So I thought I'd give you that quick first impression. I will come back and follow up with a longer, more detailed review where I've done some cutting and I can speak more to the ergonomics here. Again, that's one of the things that often puts me off with smaller knives is I just don't feel like I can get the work done because they're not as hand-filling. We'll see if that's the case with this one, and I'll follow up with a full review in a few weeks' time. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, check those channel sponsors out. That's a huge help, and we will talk to you soon.